This is our vacuum pump for ACR. It lives in the fume hood. Switch is in the back, so you got to reach around the back. Air is being pushed out here. Air is being pulled in here. This is a valve that allows you to control where the air intake draws from. It's a three-way valve. The dark lines show the connections. Where there's no dark line, there's no connection. So if I want to shut off air going to the pump, there's no connection now to this line. So there's no air going into the pump. It gets a lot quieter when that happens. Normally, you're going to have a sample to be dried in a vial or perhaps a flask. We have to put it in one of these chambers here and then pull vacuum on the chamber. There should not be any visible liquid here. If there's visible liquid, you need to dry it with the rotovap prior to putting it in the vacuum pump. Screw top. Gently set your vessel inside the chamber. Screw the top back on. In a situation like this, I have to make sure that my flask or my vial can't tip over. And that's okay, but if you had a small vial, you probably want to put it in a beaker. The lid here is not on tight. It's on, but it's not on tight, so material can still evaporate. Now I'll pull vacuum. So I want to have the closed space attached to this port here. So if I turn, now it's pulling air out of these chambers here. As the chambers get evacuated, the pump gets quieter. So if things are working properly, the pump gets really quiet. That means there's hardly any air left in here. The residual solvent molecules will evaporate out of your vessels, and it will end up being entirely dry. May take a while to get there though, so half an hour, 2 hours. It's not unreasonable to leave your sample in the vacuum chamber for a long period of time. When you decide it's had enough time, it's time to release the vacuum. I will first release vacuum to these chambers here. Right now they're under vacuum, but if I turn this so that the air vent is connected to the chambers, then air will flow back into the vacuum chamber. Do this gently so you don't get a sudden rush of hurricane force air. You should just hear a little hiss. A very slight hiss I can hear. Air is slowly going back here, relieving the pressure. If I open it all the way, don't want that because it'll blow around your sample and you may lose material as it gets blown around by the hurricane force winds. So now I can open the chamber. No pressure differential, easy to do. Take out my sample. Put the lid on tight now. And now I must relieve the pressure in the actual pump. So I open the pump to the atmosphere. Easy to do like so. Sucking air through here. I can turn off the pump. That's it.